My name is Carrie Walker, and I will be facilitating the Village's Health presentation on stress management techniques. Please be advised that this presentation is designed only for educational purposes and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your primary care health professional. Before we move into today's focus on stress management techniques, let's take a few minutes to review stress and its impact. All too often, we believe that all stress is bad, when in fact, stress is a normal part of living. In fact, it can give us the push we need when faced with perceived danger. Think about the example of driving in rush hour traffic. Typically, we're probably anxious driving in that stressful situation, but I bet we're a little bit more alert and aware of everything that's going on around us. In contrast to little or no traffic when we're just pulling out of our driveway in our neighborhood. We may have our mind on 100 other things that we need to do that day and are not quite as alert to potential dangers around us. That said, it is true that too much stress or long-lasting stress can negatively impact your health. Let's begin by debunking some of the stress myths. I'm going to ask you a question. I'll state one of these statements and you tell me if it's true or false. True or false, stress is the same for everyone. False. What might be easy or comfortable for me to endure might be very nerve-wracking for someone else. So it's important for us not to compare ourselves to others when we're determining how much stress is too much. Second one, true or false, stress is always bad for you. Again, false. Some stress is good. It gets us motivated to begin a project and can make life interesting. I believe it's important to think about stress as spice. A little bit of spice is good. It adds savoriness to our food, but too much spice is bad because it overpowers the food. True or false? Stress is everywhere, so you just can't do anything about it, just accept it. Again, false. Stress is maybe everywhere, but how we respond to it is what we have control over. So learning different organizational techniques, learning your triggers, learning how much you can handle, learning to ask for help from others before there's a crisis can all help you deal with stress more effectively. Next one, true or false? The most popular techniques for reducing stress are always the best ones. False. Again, as we said, stress is not the same for everyone. So a popular coping technique or management technique that really works famously for your neighbors might not work for you because of how your brain perceives things or your learning strategies. And the last myth, true or false? Only major symptoms of stress require attention. Again, false. Oftentimes, the first sign of stress is similar to a small, gentle drip out of a leaky faucet. Doesn't seem to cause any immediate problems, can be handled. That drip is not necessarily causing any immediate damage. But left unchecked, it could cause major decay. It could be symbolic of some type of rupture about to happen further up the pipes. So again, you want to treat each symptom, you want to evaluate each symptom objectively and always be on the lookout that something else could be behind that initial symptom. For anybody who feels that stress is not a problem, that anybody can handle it, let's take a look at the slide. It clearly shows that stress is not just an emotional or mental component, it actually has a physical impact on our body. Oftentimes, when someone asks us if we're stressed, we don't necessarily even know how to evaluate that. Unlike other health conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, or high cholesterol, we can take a measurement. However, taking a measurement of stress is a little bit more difficult. Let's take a look at the nervous system. When your body is subject to a lot of stress, there's elevated levels of cortisol. This elevated levels of cortisol can cause damage to your hippocampus and affect short-term memory and learning. Initially, Back in caveman times, as the story goes, stress and the fight or flight reflex was initiated to physically help people escape danger. Back when there was a saber-toothed tiger, if our bodies felt a perceived stress, the adrenaline would surge from our adrenal glands, causing the blood to go to our extremities, our arms and legs, so we could escape. It would cause a change in our respiration and our heartbeat. So again, pumping more blood and oxygen to different parts of the body designed to get us safely out of danger. Nowadays, that same fight or flight reflex is stimulated by chronic stress. Take a look at all the different body systems on the left of the slide and look how, if left unchecked, stress will cause problems in each of those systems. In respect to your immune system, stress can slow wound healing and increase your risk of infection. Your cardiovascular system can be affected by raised cholesterol and blood pressure, which also triggers risk for other things such as heart disease, heart attack, and stroke. It's very important to keep an eye on your stress and to manage it. At this point, we know that stress can be sometimes unavoidable, especially for particular periods of our life if we're caring for someone else. Therefore, it's very important to identify ahead of time some management techniques to be familiar with and comfortable using so that when that stress level heads up, you are armed with a tool in your tool chest to do something about it. In the next section, we're actually going to be going through some of these different stress management techniques. The first one is deep breathing. Deep breathing increases the supply of oxygen to your brain, and it also stimulates the nervous system to switch out of that fight or flight reflex. So I'd like you to sit comfortably with your back up straight in a chair. Put one hand on your chest and the other one on your stomach. I want you to breathe in through your nose. As you breathe in through your nose, the hand on your stomach should rise. The hand on your chest should move very little. Exhale through your mouth, pushing out as much air as you can while contracting your abdominal muscles. The hand on your stomach should move in as you exhale, but your other hand should move very little. Now let's breathe in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 4. We'll do that for 2 rounds. So take a deep breath in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's breathe in a bit deeper on a count of 8 and out to a count of 8 for 2 rounds. Sitting up nice and straight, take a deep breath in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And go ahead and open your eyes. You should feel a little bit more mentally clear. This is a great way to calm down, especially if you're in a difficult situation and really don't have time to step away from whatever situation it is that's causing the stress. It's something that you can quickly do in your car while you're seated, of course, keeping your eyes open if you're driving, or in the comfort of your own home. You can step into a different room than maybe the person or the source of the stress. You can also just duck quickly in a bathroom, close the door, take a deep breath. Next, we're going to take a look at something called progressive muscle relaxation. In this exercise, we're going to tense a group of muscles as you breathe in and relax them as you breathe out. It can take a little bit of practice at first to be able to isolate one muscle group at a time, but with practice, you should be able to get a lot closer. The purpose of this is to relax all different parts of your body. And by focusing on each part, it does keep your mind in a mindful state, blocking out other distractions. So again, let's sit up in your chair. And we're going to progressively move up right foot in our right leg, and then we'll go to our left foot and up our left leg. So slowly tense the muscles of your right foot, squeezing as tightly as you can. Breathe in. And as you exhale, relax the muscles of that right foot, feeling all the tension drain out. Focus on how your foot feels as those muscles are relaxing. When you're ready, shift your attention to your left foot. Take a deep breath in and squeeze your ankle, all the muscles in your arch. Tense that foot up. Hold. And breathe out, relaxing all the muscles in that left foot. Concentrating on the tension leaving your foot. Concentrate on how your foot feels now that it's relaxed. Go ahead and rotate your ankles a little bit. Next, we're going to move up our leg. I'd like you to focus on the muscles on your right calf. Take a deep breath in as you tense your right calf muscles. Holding them, squeezing them not too tight so that you get a cramp. And go ahead and exhale, relaxing the muscles in your leg, feeling all the tension drift down your leg from your knee to your ankle and out your foot. Concentrate on feeling how different those muscles feel now that they're relaxed. Shift over to your left calf. Go ahead and tighten your left calf muscles, taking a deep breath in, holding, and now relaxing as you exhale, letting all the tension flow out of your left calf. Concentrate on how much lighter your calf feels. You can continue doing this, going up from the right leg to the left leg, going up your thigh to your stomach and chest, your arms and your neck. It may take some practice at first, like I said, and try not to tense muscles other than those that are intended. And it can help you feel greatly relaxed. Some people feel that this is a technique that's helpful for them because it helps to occupy their mind rather than just the deep breathing. The next one I'm going to do with you is what's referred to as guided imagery. It should take 7 to 10 minutes. I am going to walk you through a story, you visualizing yourself in a forest. It's important to focus on the tactile elements. So for example, when I say that you should look at the green leaves, I want you to actually picture those green leaves. Picture the velvety moss and feel it underneath your feet. That will help contribute to the relaxation element. If you do fall asleep, please don't be alarmed. It's not unusual. And we'll continue breathing throughout. And then I'll go ahead and let you know when we're done and we'll return to wakefulness. As I said, this should take about 7 to 10 minutes. Here we go. I want you to imagine yourself walking on a path through a forest. The path is soft beneath your shoes, a mixture of soil, fallen leaves, pine needles, and moss. As you walk, your body relaxes and your mind clears, more and more with each step you take. Breathe in the fresh mountain air, filling your lungs completely. Now exhale. Breathe out all the air, feeling refreshed. Take another deep breath in, revitalizing, and breathe out completely, letting your body relax further. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply as you walk through the forest. The air is cool, but comfortable. Sun filters through the trees, making a moving, dappled path on the ground before you. Listen to the sounds of the forest, birds singing, a gentle breeze blowing. The leaves on the trees shift and sway in the soft wind. Your body relaxes more and more as you walk. Count your steps and breathe in unison with your strides. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Again, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply as you become more and more relaxed. As you walk through the forest, feel your muscles relaxing and lengthening. As your arms swing in rhythm with your walking, they become loose, relaxed, and limp. Feel your back relaxing as your spine lengthens and the muscles relax. Feel the tension leaving your body as you admire the scenery around you. Your legs and lower body relax as well, feeling free and relaxed. As you continue to walk through the forest, you begin to climb up a slight incline. You easily tread along smooth rocks on the path, feeling at one with nature. The breeze continues to blow through the treetops, but you are sheltered on the path, and the air around you is calm. Small saplings grow at the sides of the path. Around you is an immense array of greens. Some of the leaves on the tree are a delicate light green. Some leaves are deep, dark, true forest green. Many trees have needles that look very soft and very green. The forest floor is thick green moss. Tall trees grow on either side of the path. Picture the variety of trees around you. Some have smooth white bark. Others are darker with coarse, heavy bark, deeply grooved. Enjoy the colors on the bark of the trees: white, tan, brown, red, black, many combinations of color. You admire the rough brown bark of pine trees and enjoy the fresh pine scent. Smell the forest around you. The air is fresh and filled with the scent of trees, soil, and mountain streams. You can hear the sound of water faintly in the distance, the gentle burbling sound of a creek. As you continue to walk through the forest, you are gaining elevation and getting closer to the sound of a running stream. As you near the top of the mountain, you hear the stream very close now. The path curves up ahead. You can see sunlight streaming onto the path. As you round the corner, you hear the water and see a clearing in the trees up ahead. A beautiful lookout point awaits. You are growing tired from your journey. Your body feels pleasantly tired and heavy. Imagine yourself walking through the clearing and the stream. Stepping stones make an easy path across the stream and toward the edge of the mountain. Step on each large, flat stone to easily cross the small, shallow stream. Up ahead is a large, smooth rock. Like a chair waiting for you to rest in, the rock is placed perfectly, high up on this beautiful vantage point. Sit or lie down on the rock if you wish. It is very comfortable. You feel very comfortable and at ease. The sun shines down on you. Looking around, you see mountains in the distance, faint and blue. You can look down from your vantage point into a valley with trees and a brilliant blue lake. Across from you is another mountain. The clearing around you is made up of rocks, soil, pine needles, moss, and grass. The grass and mountain wildflowers around you blow gently in the breeze. A deer quietly emerges from the edge of the forest, graze in the clearing. As the deer raises its head to look at you, you can see its nostrils moving to catch your scent. He cautiously walks to the stream to drink before disappearing back into the forest. Feel the sun warming your body as you relax on the rock. Enjoy the majestic landscape around you and feel your body relaxing even more. Your body becomes very warm and very heavy. Continue to breathe the clean, fresh air. Feel so relaxed, calm, at peace, in unity with nature around you. Enjoy the sights, sounds, and smells of the forest around you. Feel the sun warm on your skin. Feel the gentle breeze blow across your cheek. Listen to the birds singing. Hear the stream flowing. The leaves rustling in the breeze. Squirrels are chattering. See the flowers, trees, valley, and mountains around you. Lay back on that comfortable rock and look up to see the blue sky. Small, white clouds gently float by across the sky. Watch them drift slowly in shapes ever changing. Enjoy this peaceful place. When you're ready to leave this peaceful place, slowly begin to reawaken your body. As you reawaken, keep with you the feeling of calm, peace, and relaxation. Begin to shrug your shoulders. And when you're ready, open your eyes and return to full awakeness, feeling alert and refreshed. So how did that feel? That is only one example of many different places that you can visit. I encourage you to go online and check out YouTube videos. There are many different guided imageries, some with music. They are narrated. Sometimes you'll go to a place on the beach, all different places. But I think it's refreshing and it's a way to get our mind into a different place when we're feeling very overwhelmed and at a loss of how to make that mental switch. Stretching is the last technique that we're going to take a look at. For this exercise, we're going to actually stretch different parts of our body. So make sure that you have enough room if you're sitting in front of the computer. Sit with your back straight with both feet on the floor and hands at your side. Close your eyes and take a deep breath through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Again, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Begin to lift your shoulders toward the ceiling, shrugging them to your ears. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Again, raise those shoulders up, shrugging them to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Sit straight in your chair, leaving a little bit of space between your back and the chair. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Again, count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release and repeat. Bringing your shoulder blades together. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. To protect your neck muscles, slightly raise your shoulders. Now we're going to gently tip your head to the right until your right ear almost touches your right shoulder. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release your shoulders and relax. Go ahead and raise your shoulders slightly up again. And now we're going to tip our left ear to our left shoulder. We're holding for a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Bring your shoulders up and relax. Bring your head to your shoulder one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Go ahead and roll your shoulders. Kind of shake that out. Next, I'd like you to lift your arms in front of you until they're level with your shoulder. Now, this is kind of tricky to explain without being in front of you, but using your left hand, grasp your right arm above the elbow and gently pull it toward your left shoulder. So you're going to keep your right arm out straight as much as you can. You're going to put your left hand underneath your right elbow and just gently move it toward the left. So you should feel a gentle stretch on your right shoulder. Please do not pull or tug, and be aware of what your body's telling you. And release. Next, we're going to repeat on the other side. So keep your left arm out straight from the shoulder. Take your right hand, put it under your left elbow. Got that? Now gently move your left arm across the midline of your body towards your right side. Holding and then releasing. Go ahead and drop your arms. Next, I want you to link your hands and shoulder at shoulder level in front of you, and then extend with your palms out, extending your wrists and shoulder blades. So kind of link your hands in front of you, and then flip them so your palms are pressing toward the wall in front of you. You should feel a stretch on the lower part of your wrist. Next, we're going to work on our legs. I would say scoot a little bit to the edge of the chair. First, you're going to go ahead and cross your right leg, cross your left leg. If you can cross it at the knee, that's great, but if not, just gently cross your right leg over your left leg at the ankles, and then rotate your ankle clockwise 15 times in one direction. And when you finish that, counterclockwise in the other direction. When you're done with that, you'll uncross your right leg over your left, and you'll switch and put your left leg over your right knee. And again, rotate your ankle 15 times in one direction and then 15 times in the other direction, slowly, making sure not to tug on the muscles or ligaments. Lastly, I'm going to make sure that your chair is pulled sufficiently out from the desk or the table in front of you. Lean forward as much as possible, resting your hands on the floor to stretch your lower back if you can. Again, you're going to keep deep breathing in and out. Go ahead and carefully sit back up, making sure that you keep your eyes up and you're not getting dizzy. And go ahead and kind of wriggle around and shake yourself out. That concludes the interactive part of the session and some stress management techniques that you can have on hand to use if you find that your blood pressure is starting to creep up and you're unable to talk yourself down off of that ledge. These are some things that you can do that will help. When we're thinking about stress management techniques, it's important to incorporate two different elements, our mind as well as our body. It's hard to relax our mind when we're focusing on our body. Oftentimes when we're going through these different visualization or these different physical exercises to relax and stretch, if our brain is going 1,000 miles an hour, it's sometimes less than effective to relax. So it's important to identify something that works for you that's interesting to get your mind engaged and refocused on something other than the challenge that you're facing. It could be writing in a journal, calling someone up, talking. Could be maybe not even focusing on the situation at all, going and watching a funny movie, going to a comedy show. Somehow just getting out, taking a walk, and expressing the emotions that you're feeling could be helpful instead of bottling them up. Make sure that you focus on something you can enjoy. Again, stress is individual, and what might work to relax one person won't work for the other. Make sure that you take time for yourself In the long run, if you don't, people end up feeling resentful, even over the smallest requests of their time. So it's important to think ahead and build these small things into your schedule, particularly when you're caring for somebody else. Escaping in a book or movie is also helpful to take your mind off your own troubles. Relaxing your body. These are some great ways to relax your body. If you're doing an exercise program, you want to make sure that it includes an aerobic component because that'll stimulate different neurotransmitters that lead to an overall sense of well-being when you're exercising. Aerobic means endurance exercises like walking or race walking, could be swimming. Strength training is important to keep your body overall healthy so that you can resist different stresses. When we're under stress, we sometimes aren't making the best decisions. We may be overtired. We may put ourselves physically in a different situation to climb up and reach something that we're not normally accustomed to doing just because we're not thinking. So if you have enough strength, you can avoid getting into a situation where you might trip or fall easily. Stretching, yoga, and Tai Chi, Qigong are all wonderful ways to relax your body, as well as improve your balance. Massage, for those of you that don't release different toxins into your body, relax muscles that become tensed up when we're holding on to something mentally. If all else fails and you are not able to get away, don't have time on your hands, but are home, a quick hot shower is a wonderful escape. Lastly, we want to make sure to build up our reserves. As we discussed earlier, stress can be a normal part of life, but it doesn't have to be have such a negative impact, depending on how we manage it. If we have some stress management techniques and we build up our reserves, it doesn't need to knock us over. Having a healthy diet full of antioxidants, minerals, and vitamins that our body needs to process and produce different hormones and tissues will help us sustain ourselves through stressful times. Exercising actually reduces our cortisol levels, and reducing the cortisol levels will deactivate that fight or flight mechanism. It'll also lower the impact of the cortisol on the brain. Sleep is very important. Initially, we thought that sleep was mostly important because it was a time that the body rested. But now we understand that there are certain processes that the body goes through during sleep cycle that don't occur during any other part of the day. One of the most important, I think, is the conversion of short-term memories in the hippocampus to more long-term memories. If the sleep phases 3 and 4 are compromised more in the second half of the night because the person is stressed, it's possible that they're going to start exhibiting some symptoms of memory loss due to stress. Tobacco is never a good idea. It increases your risk of cancer and cardiovascular disease and a whole bunch of other things. Be mindful of people that are under stress that are smoking, and please do not subject yourself to secondhand smoke. Preventive screenings are good because, as we said earlier, there's no one test for stress. It's difficult to tell when the impact stress is having on our body, especially if it's long term. So make sure that you schedule regular screenings with your doctor to kind of keep an eye on cholesterol, blood sugar levels, and hypertension. Because by building up our reserves, it'll help us withstand the storm of stress when it hits. I hope that you found this presentation helpful and came away with some new tools and coping techniques. I encourage you to keep an active search online and find other ones that work for you. The idea is that you want to have a tool bag filled with things that you're comfortable using and knowledgeable about so that when stress hits, it doesn't have to take us down. Thank you so much. And if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to the Villages Health Learning Center. Thank you.